Steve Barkley, he said that we have three types of people in the world, and the first group of people are people who make things happen. The second group of people are people who watch things happen. And the third group of people are people who wonder what just happened. They have no idea whatsoever what's going on in life. They just drift through life with their own gut feeling. They are overly optimistic about themselves. So I need you to ask yourself, are you the guy who makes things happen, or are you the guy who watches these things happen or wonders what just happened? You have no idea. And if you find yourself on the wrong side of the world, the last two, then I need you to shift yourself to start making things happen. Most successful people out here, they belong to the first group of people. They make things happen. Okay, the entrepreneurs, they are people who come up with new ideas and new stuff, and they just make things happen. Okay, and the largest population are people who are just wondering and watching things happen, and those are what I call the suckers in the room. There's a saying by my big boy mentor Ty Lopez. He goes like, if you're in a room playing poker and you don't even know who the sucker in the room is after 30 minutes, then you're the sucker. So the first group of people who make things happen have turned you into a sucker. And I got bad news for you. If you're 20 years and above and you haven't achieved anything whatsoever that can be rated in the society, that can bring progress in the society, then you're the sucker in the room. Okay? And most people are overly optimistic. They go like, oh, you know what? I will be successful one day. One of these, I'm still 20, I'm still 21, I'm still 25. I still got time to be successful. I'm gonna tell you something. There's a reason as to why whoever said 18 is the, bridge to adulthood had a reason. So he went like, when you're 18, you can be able to figure out most things that you want in life, and how you can be able to figure out the right way of living. So I give you 2 years to shift to 20 so that you can grow yourself and build yourself. So by the time that you're 20 years old, you should be already doing something with your life, not just staying there practicing what my big boy mentor calls assiduity. Just sitting, just putting your ass on the chair, waiting for things to happen. It's never gonna happen. Success doesn't come to you, just like that. You have to go out there and find it. And curiosity is the basic foundation which builds up the people who make things happen. So you have to develop curiosity. You have to have the thirst for knowledge, the thirst to ask questions and invent new stuff. Okay, we have a large group of people who are doing things out here. They're discovering big things. Okay, and we kind of worship them. I mean, Facebook, Elon Musk, SpaceX, I mean, Warren Buffett, Walmart. I mean, look at those big what do you call them, companies, and look at the people who are the CEOs. Those are people who are like, they wanted to make things happen. So I would advise you to follow their route and start making make things happen. Some of us have been turned into suckers by other people. Okay, I mean, the social media is the number one thing that has turned many people in the current generation into suckers. I'm sorry. So what the social media does is that it incorporates you and tries to sell you every single thing, every good thing that you can think of, so that it takes much of your time. So the average person in the current generation spends approximately, I don't know, 4 hours a day on social media. I'm not sure whether that statistic is correct, but we spend a lot of time on social media doing things that we think we love to do, while on the real that we're making another person rich. We're making another person make things happen, right? And we being the suckers, we're just watching things happen, but in an indirect way. So what you can do is look at people who make things happen and reverse engineer their lives and say, this is what he did to make this big an empire, so I might take that and convert it into my advantage. That's how you become smart. And you can start making things happen by reading books. If you're interested in an area, in a certain area, then you can start reading books about that area. You don't have to only rely on the books that you read in class. You're like, oh, I've gone to school, I don't need to read no books, I've graduated, I'm done with high school, I'm not gonna touch any books no more. Well, let me tell you something. Ignorance is the sole foundation of all problems that we have in the world, and the only way we can deal with ignorance is by investing in our mind. I see people going like, I want to invest in real estate, I want to invest in this business, and this and this. Well, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but the biggest investment that you can make in the world is investing in your brain. And it's pretty simple. You invest in your brain by going to the library, by going to a bookstore, and you buy books that are dealing with the kind of thing that you're doing, right? Okay, in the industry that you want to get in, and you read more about that industry, you add more knowledge into your mind. Okay, that's a smart way of doing things. We have a couple of great people who have been there before us. They've been in the industry that we want to get in, and they went out there and they did their thing. And so that they cannot go to their graves with all the information that they gathered over the course of their lifetime, they wrote everything that led to their legendary making down. They converted that into a book. So what you can do is be smart and go and buy that book and download everything into your mind. It saves you a lifetime. Okay, think of someone like Sam Walton. He wrote a book during his deathbed. He wrote it's, I don't know, it's a $5 book, but not every businessman has read. It includes everything that he learned ever since, he was, I don't know, 18 years till he was 90. And during his lifetime, he managed to create a big empire. I don't know, it's Walmart or Berkshire Hathaway. So that is an example. You can start making things happen by buying books and reading about that thing. The next thing is, your social circle. You should be careful about the people that you hang around with. Some of us are being turned into suckers by our friends. Okay, we lose focus around impressing our friends who, they're giving us something that's not benefiting us. Let me tell you something. When you're dealing with someone, you should have a Pareto efficiency. Make sure that if this person wants you to do something for them, they also do something for you. It's a win-win situation. But most of us, we convinced to engage ourselves in a situation where it's only one party which is winning and the other party is being turned into a sucker. They're just wondering what just happened. They have no idea what's going on. So make sure that your social circle is one that gives you a Pareto efficiency. You like win-win. Okay, that's how you deal with the situation of making yourself start making things happen. And the next thing that you can do is, I'm not sure, yeah, you can put God first, man. Whatever God you pray, it is everything. Without him, without connecting yourself to an upper spirit, then you're nothing. I don't want to take much on because I don't know more about your religion, but connecting yourself with the spirit will help you do a lot of stuff. And the last thing that you can do for yourself is find yourself mentors. These are people who are doing 10 times better in the industry that you want to get in. These people will help you scale up. They will lift you up and they will build you. Okay? There's a saying that you become who you hang around with, right? So if you hang around someone who is doing 10 times better in the industry that you want to get in, chances are you're going to be there in half the time that they spend to become that kind of person. Okay, because you're gonna learn some of the secrets. I mean, people are just overly optimistic, as I said, and they go like, oh, I'm just gonna learn it by myself. I don't need no mentor. I know everything to do with this. I can go to the Google. I'm gonna Google and I can go to Google and Google everything about everything that I want to do and get the answers. But What they don't really understand is that we don't learn through our gut feeling. Okay, is that how you learn English in school? No. You were told by someone who knew English more than you. Do you travel on planes which you build yourself? No. You get into a plane that has been built by someone who's experienced, someone who has knowledge about that specific industry. So we don't learn by our own gut feelings. We learn from everyone. And as Abraham Lincoln said, you learn from everyone, even if sometimes it's not what to do. Okay? But you reverse engineer that and you get the best things, and you make yourself a legend by making things happen. I know this video has been for long. I don't want to make it last any much longer. I'm gonna log out, and if you feel like you've learned something in this video, please do make give me a favor and share this video to other people out there, and subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't. I'm gonna see you soon. I'll talk to you soon.